Okay, so let's have a chat, shall we? So, I'm moving. Not to a different island and not to the States, but I'm moving all the way across the world to a country where I don't speak the language and I am a complete foreigner. So, I'm making these video diaries as something just to recapture my thought process and just something to look back on during this momentous time. Also, I'm using my phone as a mic because my mic just decided not to work. And the sun is setting, so if the lighting changed, then yeah. After I graduated university and came back home, things have just been really slow in my life, and all of a sudden things are moving really fast. This was almost a year in the process of me moving, but I moved in a few months. So the fear is starting to set in that I'm moving to a completely different country. The anxieties of being an adult, a proper adult. Because during college, they're yeah, you become an adult, but I feel it's not real adulting. I have to actually pay my power bill and my water bill and other adult stuff. I just was researching earlier, I need to buy a Wi-Fi router. I don't know how to do that. Just me being home for so long, it just was such a calm and slow season. But now things are starting to move really fast. I think things are happening just after a long season of waiting. This last season of my life has just been a bit hard. Just I've had a hard time trying to find work, and then my dad passed away within these past few years, and also just a lot of depression. I don't have any friends back home, so I think it's just that whole season is now slowing down, and this next season is coming in all of a sudden, and I'm am I ready to go? With all of that, a lot of fear about moving is starting to seep in. Just the whole process of moving, living alone. This is gonna be my first time living completely alone and by myself, and that's kind of scary to think about, being in a foreign country. I feel there's also a lot of random things popping in, oh, me being vegan in a foreign country, and it's why is that so, I can cook. This is also my first time living in a place where I don't speak the language. I mean, of course, I experienced a little bit of it. I've traveled to places where I don't speak the language, but this is the first time that I'm living in a place where I don't know anything. Yeah, I'm just thinking of everything that can go wrong because I like to prepare, but my therapist told me that I need to not do that, and I need to focus on the exciting parts about moving. Also note, go to therapy. Therapy helps. If you know me, you know I'm for therapy. I'm also getting just fears of, it's gonna be the first time I have a the first time I have a full-time job. And I was never someone who wanted a full-time job, so I'm thinking, oh, no, whose idea was this? Right now, I kind of have a part-time job, and I've always worked online, but it's gonna be the first time I have to work. This is gonna sound so bad. This is the first time I have to work every day. Every weekday. I've always had part-time jobs or jobs that if it was in the full-time 9 to 5 realm, it was always for a short period of time. I never wanted to feel locked down in a job, so now I'm I think I'm just now walking into a season with a lot of firsts. It's gonna be the first time that I move to a place or go to a place where I don't have any idea of when I'm going to be coming back to the Bahamas. During college, you always have those breaks, or if you go on a trip, you go for a certain period of time, but it's when. There's also a little bit of FOMO that's starting to seep in. What I hate is that this FOMO only comes in if I'm going away to a different country for a certain period of time. It's always the FOMO, I don't have the beach right there, the weather and everything, but I don't go to the beach now. I think it's just living in a country where I'm so fortunate to have a lot of things. The Bahamas is a dream destination for so many people to live in or visit, and I'm moving. And also I live in a country that's at peace with a lot of other countries. When moving, I think all of those thoughts just start to seep in. And also just being away from family and missing out on life events or just life with family. For me, it's to stay somehow feels worse. It's a lot like to weigh out in terms of moving, but I always look at my friends who live abroad. Like I spoke to one of my friends recently. She's from South Korea, but she just moved to Paraguay, and it's like, when did you learn Spanish? Because when I met her, she didn't speak Spanish. I also like spoke to another friend who's Japanese, and she's planning to move to Mexico, and I'm like, one, where do you guys find these opportunities? That's like my first thing. Like, hello. And then like I have another friend who's teaching English in South Korea, and it's just, I look at a lot of my friends. I feel like all of my friends fall into the category of either they're a teacher or like they don't live in their home country, or like they do but they haven't in the past. So I don't know. I just look at all of that and I'm like, there are people who kind of like fall in the same boat as me, where it's like, okay, their home country isn't like a place where they always see themselves living. But yeah, these are all thoughts flowing through my mind that I'm officially moving. I just feel like everything was in slow for so long. This is like the end of 2023 and God is like, yeah, let's go. And I'm just like, okay, where are we going? What are we doing? I think that when I first came home, I like wanted it too much. Like when I first came home after university, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm not gonna be here for too long. And then I was home for like almost 4 years. Looking back, I now see it as a blessing because I got to spend time with my family and like time with my dad before he passed away, and also like during that time it was just a lot of healing that like happened for me personally, and like a lot of growing I did in my faith as well. So I think that I needed that time, and now it's like, okay, you're ready to go, but I'm like, am I really ready? I won't lie, I'm kind of excited because this is a country that I've thought about living in, and I have the chance to learn a new language, so that's also cool. I keep thinking like I have to make friends all over again, just readjusting. I felt like I haven't been like adjusted or firmly in a place since maybe like I graduated high school, which is a long time to feel like unstable. But I don't know, I think moving is gonna help me to go outside more. I'll have like more opportunities to travel and just like more new experiences. My word for the year is initiate. So as an I, we'll see how this goes. If anyone has any ideas where I'm moving, drop it down below. And if you already know, don't say. Let's keep it a surprise. But anyway, I wanted to officially bring you guys along the journey of moving to a foreign country and what that process is like. Yeah, things are moving fast, so fasten your seatbelts. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this long, and I will see you in the next episode of this moving diary vlog, sit down talk type thing. Anyways, see you guys. I keep saying like, why do I keep saying like? What am I saying? What am I saying? You still say like, okay, please, 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 please. So, I'm moving. Yes, it's about time.